Hello, Carrie Rhoades here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and my craft studio here in Eagle, Idaho. Today I'm excited to show you this video because it features something that I've had a little bit of an obsession with for a year or so, but it happened that one time I was in the store shopping for my kids' clothing, and they had those cute little racks that have like purses and hair clips and different things, and they had cereal flavored lip balm, like chapstick. And it was so cute to me. I don't know why, but I became obsessed with making cute little projects with chapstick on them. Chapsticks on tags with little to-go boxes of cereal, and then I found soda flavored lip balm and made cute things with that, and yeah, it's a little crazy. So I have some other videos on my channel with lip balm creations. Today's creation kind of, this was renewed by some chapstick I saw when shopping with my daughter. They are M&M, look at them, M&M chapsticks. They're so cute. So I knew I wanted to get them. I wanted to buy some M&Ms and create a cute little package for the M&Ms with a M&M lip balm tag on it. So that's what today's project is. I'm going to be using a scoreboard to make an envelope purse for my M&Ms, and then I'm going to make a tag for the chapstick, and I have some like cool products from My Favorite Things that are just for chapsticks. So it's super fun, and we're gonna make this cute little envelope purse with the chapstick tag. All right, let's get started. Here are the M&M Lip Smacker lip balms that inspired today's projects, and I went out and got some coordinating M&Ms to go with. I'm also gonna be using this Special Day Tag die set, some circle dies, and some cool products from My Favorite Things. First is the Lip Balm Window and Frame die set, then the Essential Sentiment Rip Strip die set, the Lip Balm Shaker pouches. These are so cool and hold a tube of lip balm perfectly. And then the Sending Smooches stamp set, all created to work beautifully with lip balm creations. To make our little envelope, we're starting out with a 7.5 by 7.5 square piece of paper, also using that end piece later that I cut off to make this square. I'm using the scoreboard from Fun Stamper's Journey, and it has this attachment that you can score envelope boxes, and boxes. I'm scoring this at 2 3/4 and 2.5. Then I'll turn it and I will score it at 4 3/4 and 4.5. And I'll repeat that on the other two sides. Now you can do this with a regular envelope punch board, and if you want more information on how to use this particular scoring board, I will put a link down below to Fun Stamper's Journey's video on this particular scoreboard. So this is a pretty simple envelope to make, but the exact measurements aren't ones that you'll find on a typical scoreboard. It's custom sized for a regular pack of M&Ms. Not the fun size, not the share size, the old-fashioned regular one serving size bag. So there we have it scored on all sides. And then this scoreboard is pretty unique because this extra plate stores in the back of the scoreboard, and so does a score tool. So I like that. Then we're going to use this punch that is kind of a coordinating product to that scoreboard. It has one side that will punch out a notch, and it has those little it's like a beak that comes out. You line those up with the scored lines and punch, and it takes out a notch for you. So that really helps. You don't have to snip those away with scissors. Then you turn the punch around, and it punches your points of your envelope to round them. So a corner rounder and notch punch all in one. Then I'm taking this shape from the Special Day Tag die set and cutting it out of the front of my envelope. Now this envelope needs to be on a large die cut machine. This is the Platinum machine. It fits an entire 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So if you don't have that, you might have to do something like trace it and hand cut out a window if you wanted a window. And if you don't have this large machine, it's fabulous. I recommend it. But here is me just folding and creasing out all the lines that create this little envelope purse. And it is a little, like I made the double score line so that it would have some width to it to fit in a bag of envelopes. Now I'm deciding which end is going to come up on my envelope by putting the score tape on those inner flaps, and that will be the bottom. Now this is the top, so I'm going to flip that over, and between the two scored lines I'm going to make 2 cuts using my craft knife, and this is going to be the slits where I insert the ribbon handle. So just make these as wide as your ribbon. I'm using cocoa powder stitched or striped ribbon from Fun Stamper's Journey and putting a little bit of this double stick tape on the ends. I will put the ribbon through the slot. Sometimes I like to make the slit a little more open with my scissors, and then the ribbon will sometimes go right in. I mean, this usually never happens, but it did right there. So I had a little point that out a little bit. And then I just stick that down, and we'll do the same thing on the other side, just inserting that ribbon into the slot, and then you remove the tape and stick it down. And I like to do this before I put my envelope all together so that it's easier to get in there. Otherwise you'd have to go under the little flaps of the envelope. So do that before and it'll be a little bit easier. All right, so now we can go ahead and put the bottom of the envelope up using that double stick tape. You just want to make sure that it's a box in essence. And so when you put this together, you want to make sure that it's square on those corners. You don't want one of those ends to be too far in or too far out. And then we'll take our M&Ms and put that in so that the M&M logo shows. And then I'm going to use a little bit of thin Velcro and put that on the flap of my envelope so that it will close nicely and open, and you can use it many times. So once I have that where I want it, the Velcro's already stuck together. So I'm removing the adhesive backing from the other side and closing it to adhere it shut. Now I'm taking this tag from the Special Day Tag die set and cutting 2, and then I'm going to take my paper cutter and trim off 1 scallop from each side of this tag, which is about 1/2 inch. Now my favorite things does have a tag die set that will work perfectly for these lip balm pouches. So I will link that for you in the description box below so you can see it, just in case you don't have this die or one that will work. I rounded the corners at the top of the tag, and now I'm going to cut one of the tags with the smaller frame and one with the smaller rip strip. This creates the opening in this tag to put that lip balm pouch. The other one is the backing for our tag so the lip balm doesn't fall out, and then you just rip the strip when you want to open it and get the lip balm out. We'll cut the larger of the 2 dies from this red cardstock to create a little frame to go around our opening. Now it's time to put that pouch inside the tag. So on the front side, I'm going to put some 1/8 inch double stick tape to hold that in. So go around all 4 of the sides, pressing that tape into place, and it will hold beautifully. Now I did the same exact thing on the back side of the frame as well. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you a little less time-intensive way to adhere this to your tag. So stay tuned for that. It's a little easier. So just stick that right in the opening that we created with the die, and like I said, it fits perfectly. Now I'm taking a little slot punch and punching a hole, and then I'll line that up with my back tag and punch it again so they're lined up perfectly. And then we'll glue on this red frame right around that lip balm pouch. And I'm going to pick out the red lip balm, but if you paid, oh, it smells so good. I just smelled it right there to see milk chocolatey. If you paid attention to the video or the photo at the beginning of the video, you might have noticed a different tag on this particular envelope. So pay attention at the end. I'll show you what I actually ended up going with. Also, you're going to have to work with this chapstick a little bit to get it in the pouch because the cap has an M&M shape on it, and so you just have to work with it to really get it to stay down in there. Next, I'm putting some 1/4 inch double stick tape on my second tag, and then when I remove the backing from this one, they're going to stick together beautifully. So once that's removed, we'll line them up. Just be careful to get it nice and lined up at both ends before you press it into place. Just like that. Now we're going to attach this to our envelope purse, and we are going to tie it onto the handle. So this is just some red twine, and I'll put the back of it behind my handle and then tie it off in a bow. And that will hold it there. And if you wanted it to not move around, you could maybe hold it down with maybe a foam square, but you know, they want to be able to see that they can rip that open and get it out. So next I'm taking a small circle die and I'm die cutting some circles so that they will look like M&Ms on the front of this purse. And I just found a coordinating Copic marker to color the edges of these just to give them a little shading so that they look more three-dimensional, more rounded. And I did some in each of the M&M colors except brown because it wouldn't really show up on the front of this purse. So I'm gluing those in the bottom right-hand corner and just kind of stacking them up so they look a little like they're in a pile poured out of the bag, you know? So we'll glue those down and then we'll come in with that stamp set, the Sending Smooches stamp set, and stamp a little sentiment to go on the front. The one I'm picking says, "You're the balm," like lip balm. And I'm stamping it with dark roast ink, which happens to be the same brown cardstock I used for my envelope. And then I'm going to flag cut the end of this just with my scissors, a snip up the middle, and then you snip from the corner to the top of your snip on both sides to create that flag. I'm going to stick this down with some more of this double stick tape because it's going to go over the top of my little punched or die cut M&M pieces. And there you have it. There's the front. Oh, I did decide maybe a little accent with the white gel pen to make them look shiny would be really cute. If you have a tiny M stamp that would work for M&Ms, that would be really cute to add to this too. So that would be like putting it over the top. Next, I die cut a little bit larger circle and stamped the "Sealed with a Kiss" image. And I'm going to do the same exact shading around the edge just to give it a little dimension. And that's going to go on the flap of my envelope because pretty much every envelope should say "Sealed with a Kiss," right? I guess it depends on who you're sending it to, but I thought it was so cute and a good stamp you could use for so many different cards. So that's that. Now let me show you how I made the tag a little bit easier, less adhesive, but it still holds really well. Okay, so here on this tag, I'm going to adhere the pouch in just as I did on the previous tag. See, it's already adhered there, but I didn't put the adhesive on the back of the pouch. I'm putting it on once I have that pouch on my tag, and I'm just putting it on 3 sides, not the side where the rip strip will come out. And it's going to hold really well. You don't have to double up on the adhesive on the pouch and the adhesive on the second backing tag, if that makes sense. So I thought I would show you that because once I made 3 or 4 of these, I realized there was an easier way and I thought you should know about it too. So there's my tag that will go on my blue pouch. So these are hazelnut spread M&Ms. Then we have the classic peanut M&M purse and a red "Sealed with a Kiss. Then we have peanut butter M&Ms. And I put an orange lip balm in that one. And then here's my M&Ms where I changed out the tag. So the tag is red and the lip balm's brown, which is opposite of how I did it originally. So I thank you so much for coming and watching this video. I love making these cute creations with lip balms. It's so much fun. And now I've got great thank you gifts to give out, right? And if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe. I have new videos every week. I will be back again soon with another one. Happy stamping. Bye.